Here's a quick description how we could use the beam protocol to locate the DLPFC dorsolateral prefrontal cortex in order to treat the patient. Now right away you will see that it's going to ask you to do some measurements, and these measurements are going to be enter the distance from tragus to tragus, which is from ear to ear. Then the second one is to enter the distance from nasion to inion, which is from the base of the nose to the back of the head. And the last measurement is to enter the head circumference. And I will show you these as you're doing those when you have the patient's hat on and as you're measuring these distances and inputting them in this application, the beam protocol application, in order to find out where to find the DLPFC. So first, let's put the hat on.
The location of the hat is very important, especially at the first stimulation when we're locating the different structures. So in the future, we're going to want the hat to be exactly in the same position it is now. And to make sure that it is, we take the front and the back and we very precisely line it up so that it is right down the middle. And we want to make sure that there's about 1 centimeter above the eyebrows and a little bit more than that above the preauricular point. When we measure for the beam protocol, we begin with tragus to tragus. And the tragus is this little flap in front of the ear. The spot is also called the preauricular point. We go from tragus to tragus, and that is 36.
So we're going to put 36 here, and then we're going to go measure nasion to inion to input that distance.
Nasion to inion. The nasion is the farthest deep indentation of the nose bridge there. And then right behind the little bump is 38.
So we put 38 here, and now we're going to do the head circumference.
And then the circumference, which is best measured from around the back so you don't flap the things in the person's face, is 60 centimeters.
So now we put the 60 centimeters here.
And we get the output. And the two numbers that we've been given are 6.95. Now what that means is, start right here, and you go 6.95, which is essentially 7. Mark a little dot right there. Not on him, only on the cap. Then we know that the nasion to inion is 38, so the vertex will be found at 19 centimeters. We mark the vertex. Then we take the 0 point of the tape measure and we aim the tape measure towards this point. Make sure that the 0 is on that first point. And then we use the second number to determine how far along this line to mark. So the first number to the left, the second number along that line that goes to here, but not all the way. Now if you're going to do the right DLPFC, you would do the same thing, except the first number you would go to the right. An alternative way is to turn the cap inside out. When we place the coil over the DLPFC, being sure that it's a 45-degree angle and being sure that the center point is touching the head and the sides are equal, we take a pen and we use it to mark the location of the coil. We do this very carefully because this location will be used for future stimulations, so that when the technician comes, they can simply place the coil there, make sure that it's lined up, and it'll be in exactly the place that the clinician put it at the first treatment.